What is happening, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Monday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. I'm giving you guys 10 Guru credits in this video. I'll give you that promo code on my website for those free credits. Just make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I do videos basically every weekday. 5 picks, one for each position, using FanDuel salaries. So we have 8 games on tonight's slate. We already have a pretty huge chunk of value. It is trade deadline week. Usually during a week like this, value opens up so much because guys get traded and then backups are starting and so on and so forth. We have a big example of that tonight with the Nets and the Mavericks playing. You had that Kyrie Irving trade with Dinwiddie and Finney-Smith, and then obviously the next day they're not ready to play for their teams. Both teams are playing tonight, so exactly what I'm saying. They're going to be very shorthanded, and then in the DFS world, we got to take advantage of that. But the slate's looking really good right now. There's not a ton of pending questionable guys. It is the NBA. We know what they can do up until lock. So these are some guys I'm looking at early in the afternoon. Things can always change. But hopefully these picks help you out. And again, just like this video, I will drop that promo code after my guard plays here. So for point guard, kind of a surprising injury with Steph Curry. He had left last game with a leg injury, and then, it was kind of the worst news that anyone could imagine. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. Steve Kerr already said that Jordan Poole is going to fill in for Curry in the starting lineup. Without Steph Curry on the court, we all know all of these Warriors are going to benefit with extra usage. I like Poole as the main guard here. I really don't think Klay Thompson and Wiggins being healthy takes away from Poole. I actually think the opposite. I think there's more opportunities for Poole to get assists. There's less pressure on him to score. You can make an argument that Thompson and Wiggins being out there with Poole helps Poole out, because we saw plenty of those games when the Warriors sit all their starters and Poole is the only, reliable weapon on the team and he doesn't have a good game. I think Curry being out obviously helps Poole, and I think Wiggins and Klay Thompson being out there is going to help him too. The matchup is fantastic against the Thunder. They're at home. It's a pretty close spread. I think it's only 3.5 or 4 points right now. 7,400. That's a very reasonable price tag on Poole, who's going to probably play over 35 minutes tonight. He needs 37 fantasy points to hit value. He's looking like a really, really solid value play. Multi-positional eligibility as well at point guard and shooting guard. Shooting guard, I like Josh Richardson. We just got word that the Spurs are sitting Trey Jones once again tonight. They've been without Devin Vassell, and now Keldon Johnson is questionable. I don't really care about that news as much. Obviously, if Keldon Johnson is out, that's going to only help Josh Richardson and the other Spurs more. Even if Keldon Johnson plays, we saw Josh Richardson slide into the starting lineup for Trey Jones, and he was really the main point guard on the team. Saw 25 minutes, 26 fantasy points. He saw 28 minutes against the Kings and got 35. At 5,600, he needs 27 fantasy points to hit value. We can expect him to see anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. Now, he is in a Greg Popovich rotation, so shit can always hit the fan. But out of all the Spurs, he looks like he's going to see a pretty sizable and confident workload here tonight. We can expect him to start because he played so well in the last 2 games. There's no reason for him not to start once again here tonight. And they're in Chicago. There is a bit of a blowout risk, but I don't really care. I think the Spurs are going to run through their rotations no matter what. The Bulls are giving 10 points. So as long as the Spurs can keep it a single-digit game for a majority of the game, Josh Richardson's going to see very similar workloads that he's seen the last 2 games and looks like a really, really nice value play at 5,600. For my promo code, go over to my website, fd-guru.com. If you don't have an account yet, all you got to do is plug in your email and confirm it. It takes like 2 minutes. But you got to be signed into your account. Go to my shop page. There is a coupon bar on my shop page. These credits will automatically go into your balance. Type in all caps DFS video. 10 Guru credits will go right to your balance. And again, these credits are used for all of my content, FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo lineups, as well as Prize Picks slips. So we'll be offering plenty of things for the NBA slate here. Once again tonight, we have 2 10 o'clock later games, so I will most likely be dabbling in the after-hours slate as well. For small forward, let's go back to Branham here, or I think that's how you say it, Branham. I'm pretty shitty with names. The more you watch my videos, I'm going to fuck up, a good amount. I don't really care. But Branham on the Spurs is probably going to start. Once again, he started the last 2 games with the Spurs being hurt, and he's in the same exact position as Josh Richardson. And again, if Keldon Johnson is out, it's going to only be a bonus. If Keldon Johnson is in, still fine. He should be starting. He saw over 30 minutes in the last 2 games, got 31 and 34 fantasy points. Again, the Spurs are very, very shorthanded with Trey Jones and Vassell being out of their lineup. 4,800. His price went up a little bit, but, for, good reason. 4,800, he needs 24 fantasy points to hit value. He's easily crushed that mark in the last 2 games while starting for the Spurs. For power forward, Sabonis is looking great again tonight against the Rockets. Anytime he's under 10,000 in a good matchup, he's going to look awesome. There's a chance De'Aaron Fox is out again tonight. I think if Fox plays, it doesn't really affect my opinion on Sabonis here tonight. He's at Houston. The last time he played the Rockets, do you want to know what he did? 37 minutes, triple-double. Look at that triple-double. 19, 15, and 16. 71 fantasy points. It was a back-to-back against the Rockets last time he played them on the 11th and the 13th of January. 37 minutes in both games. 51 and 71 fantasy points. The Rockets give up a shit ton of points. Their defense is bad. The Kings' defense is bad. This is a great fantasy environment for both ends here. 9,500, he needs 47 fantasy points to hit value. He's got a huge ceiling. Hopefully his ownership is down, for those guys who hawk game logs. The Kings got absolutely torched by the Pelicans just a night ago. He only played 27 minutes, but it's a new day. We can expect this game to stay close. Sabonis looking like an awesome value play at 9,500 against the Rockets. And then for center, I'm going to go back to my man, Drew Eubanks. He left the game last game with a back injury, came back in, still played 26 minutes. He's going to start, with no Nurkic. You got Trendon Watford off the bench, but he does not see nearly the kind of run that Eubanks does. Eubanks can be slotted in for 25 plus minutes here tonight as a starter against the Bucks. This game has a huge over-under. I think it's like 242 or something. Eubanks is going up against Brook Lopez, pretty good at defense, but he's not a great rebounder. I think Eubanks is going to be all right. 4,700 is fine on a guy like him filling in for the starting role with Nurkic. He needs 23 fantasy points. He should be able to get there. He didn't have a great game against Chicago, but I don't really care. He's going to be starting again. He's going to be seeing minutes. He runs into blocks and steals pretty well. For a cheap starter as a big man, it's pretty easy to get to value. There's a lot of ways to run into fantasy points. Eubanks looks good again here tonight, and you can play him at center or power forward on FanDuel. I'm going to be eyeing him once again. He had low ownership last slate. I'm hoping he has low ownership again because I'm feeling pretty confident that he plugs in 22 plus fantasy points here tonight to hit value. And then, I didn't really get to mention any of these guys because, I don't know, there's only so many guys I can pick, but the Nets and Mavericks are shorthanded tonight. They updated the price on Edmund Sumner. He's like over 5K for the Nets, so I didn't really look his way. But there's going to be other opportunities, with no Finney Smith or Dinwiddie for the Mavs. You got Christian Wood coming back. You got Tim Hardaway still out there, going to be the number 1 offensive guy for them tonight. So just keep an eye out on those Mavs and Nets. There is value to exploit over there. I just didn't get to them really in this video, but all in all, it's a great slate here tonight. Tons of value. Let's get after it. And again, put in that promo code, and get over to my site later for all of my content. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.